Here's the drawing of a puppy I made when I was about 12 years old. I'm going to redraw it and color it with color pencils. I kind of picked some random colors. Here's a picture of a dog that I thought looked kind of similar. I'm going to use certain aspects of the picture to recreate this dog. Couldn't decide if he's a basset hound or a beagle, but I made something somewhere in between. So, my original picture wasn't that bad. It was actually really good. The only thing I didn't like was the fact that I was so heavy-handed when I just started to color in the eye. I'm going to add a little bit more detail, making lines that mark everywhere that the values in the puppy change, even if it's a very light variation. I'm going to make the eyeballs of the puppy a little bit more round, so you're going to be able to see some of the white in his eyes. Now I'm going to start coloring with the colored pencils. I like to use colors that are a little untraditional. If you really look at a photograph, you're going to notice that there are a lot of blues in the shadow areas as opposed to black. So for my dark areas, I'm going to start with blue or purple. I don't have to color hard because I'm going to color in layers. The lighter colors, I'll start with a peach and an orange, and then I'll go back in with some black to really give some contrast to the picture. I like to use black as my last resort and my finishing touches. For the eyes, I want them to look very smooth so I can color very close together. When I get to the fur, I like to color in the direction of the fur. So if the fur is going straight up on top of his head, then I like to color up and down. If it's going diagonal, then I like to make sure my pencil is positioned diagonally. So when you do see some of my strokes, it will look like fur. I am slowly building up my contrast, which is the difference between the light areas and the dark areas. This is what makes everything look three-dimensional. You might notice that I bounce around the paper quite a bit, but actually I like to use one color at a time and get all the areas where that color is so that I can have his colors looking pretty consistent. Now it's time for some final touches and a little more contrast with the dark colors. And here it is, my dog at 40 years and at 12 years.